at the representative of the Netherlands, I was also able, for instance, with Mr. Johnson, to discuss indeed the progress made with various repairs and sports facilities and monuments, and as well as to share indeed the concerns of the extensive work that is still ahead of us. Overall, therefore, in terms of recovery, I'm very happy to announce that the advices that were prepared for some of the required repairs for some of the schools have been approved by the Council of Ministers yesterday to ensure that the advance payments of insurance disbursement funds can indeed be made available to a variety of schools and that they can begin their emergency repairs to ensure proper preparation of the hurricane season ahead. The scope of work, of course, will focus on the perimeters of the school and will include repairs of doors, of windows, electrical work and the roofs first. A final report will be expected back from the schools in 3 months following the completion of the work. The funds will be made available to the first 2 sets, Foundation for Secondary Education, SWOBE, in the amount of $233,000. Funds available for the Seventh-day Adventist School, $288,000 by means of an incidental subsidy, and also funds for the Catholic School Board, SCOS, for the Sister Marie-Laurent School and St. Dominic schools. 2 sets of funds in a total of $400,000 plus. Related to the recovery, in addition to that, I'm also happy to announce that the 8 students that were selected for the building construction training program in Trinidad are now scheduled to leave for Trinidad on May 5th. These students were selected based on a recruitment drive held in collaboration with VSA. The selection process included an intake interview, submission of required documents, and a placement exam. The students will leave with Caribbean Airline from St. Martin's Strait to Trinidad, and I know and have been informed that they will be picked up by the project coordinator of the MIC and his support team. The program is a 6-month training program, and students are scheduled to return to St. Martin on October 31st. 4 students will be training in the area of electrical installation, 1 in carpentry, 1 student in plumbing, and 2 students will be taking the general building construction course. Depending on their performance, the students will receive either a certification from the MIC Institute of Technology, which is accredited, or they will receive the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, level 1 or 2. In the coming weeks, the Division of Study Financing will be contacting businesses in an attempt to secure employment or internships for these students upon their return from Trinidad. I was also asked to give a little bit of a highlight of the fact that indeed we are challenged with our funds, and the Division of Study Financing has processed all requests for summer courses funding. But while a number of requests indeed were granted, unfortunately, due to the severe budgetary challenges and liquidity shortages, not all requests for summer courses can be approved. The requests were evaluated and prioritized based on the following criteria. Are the courses mandatory based on the policy of the school or the curriculum of the study program? And or are the courses required to graduate within the next 6 months? It is important to note that due to the recent cyber attacks to the government's IT system, which limited the functioning of government, payments might be indeed and will be slightly delayed. What can I further highlight for the members of the press? I was also very happy to indeed receive and ensure the availability of the study financing ordinance to the Council of Ministers agenda. And it has been approved. It was a long overdue draft legislation, and I'm even looking it up to highlight some of the matters. One moment. Even kijken. Ja, it is actually indeed the first legislation since 10-10-10 produced by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport. At present, we are still indeed using the Island Ordinance of Study Financing and the Study Financing Implementation Decision, which is completely actually outdated and reflects discrepancies in our policies. The new legislation will cover all aspects of applying for, receiving and paying back of study financing. And the overall goal of this ordinance is to regulate the current execution practices with the main objective, as always, to being able to afford young talented Sint Maarteners the opportunity to pursue professional development and career opportunities in the areas of study, which may be beneficial to Sint Maarten.
Tell them, connecting you.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
For the people of St. Maarten, my true hope is that all political parties can unite behind the recovery program of the government, as it will help to build back this country better and stronger. As a final note on the recovery process, a delegation of the Interim Recovery Committee and representatives of the ministries are currently in Washington, D.C. to work with the experts of the World Bank on the finalization of the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. The National Recovery and Resilience Plan will prioritize short, medium, and long-term needs for the recovery, reconstruction, and resilience of St. Maarten. This plan will include estimates of the financial requirements, costs, and investments that are necessary to build St. Maarten back better. The final draft of the plan is expected to be submitted to the Council of Ministers by early May. Subsequently, consultations will be organized with all relevant stakeholders and partners, including the Netherlands and representatives of the private sector. Based on these consultations, specific revisions will be made before the draft is officially submitted to Parliament for vetting. More information on this plan will be given to the press next week after the delegation has returned to St. Martin. On another note, in preparation for the hurricane season 2018, an internal meeting of the Emergency Operations Center, EOC, has been scheduled for May 3rd, bringing together 10 emergency support function coordinators to discuss preparations for the upcoming season. In addition, with an overall theme of taking charge, a disaster preparedness conference is being planned for the end of May. The goal of the conference is to bring together internal and external agencies to have open discussions and presentations that will ultimately lead to a national disaster plan that will be available as reference manual for the entire community. Before the conference takes place, individual ESF groups will be required to consult with key stakeholders within their network that are necessary to execute these tasks in preparations for a disaster. These pre-consultation meetings will help to streamline the planned discussions during the Disaster Preparedness Conference. Further information on the planning of the conference will be given as the preparations are finalized.
Tell them, connecting you.
People all across St. Martin are switching to a more rewarding experience. The WIB MasterCard Fun Miles credit card, better known as My Card. Earn 1 Fun Mile for every $2 spent, even abroad and online. This will quickly get you a ton of Fun Miles to redeem for travel, shopping, food, fuel, and much more. But there's more to My Card. Worldwide acceptance, an EMV chip for extra security, and 250 free Fun Miles with first use. Switch to My Card today at WIB.
Fun miles from within your reach.
Hi, what's up, St. Martin? My name is Rene Leverett, and I play baseball. And I've represented St. Martin in numerous international tournaments and professionally around the world. Sports matters to me because it reveals and develops character. So I challenge the business community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facilities. I also ask the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take the challenge and step up for sports. Because hashtag sports matters, hashtag are you in?
I am proud to accept this award that has been given to me for all my hard work and dedication that I have done in the organization of WIFO and SXM.
I would like to say and would like to thank Riku for this award. I think it's very cordial and something very sentimental to all of us here that receive it. I also would like to say that when I look at what has been written about me, I will shortchange a little bit in the senses of definitely I went to Zweissen, Relation Curacao, 8th grade, and I think it was in '86 in St. Martin, they started the evening marvel. I attended that, and I attended Marvel 3. We made a giant step because I felt that when you leave from Mulo, Marvel is no comparison. Well, I can tell you. I graduated from Marvel here, but it was not an easy task. Absolutely not an easy task. Because after so many years from school, leaving at the 8th grade and to come here to go to Marvel 3, and then go over to Marvel 4, sit exam and graduate, I still think it was an achievement because I had to have something to show to my own kids. Something else is that with the situation about the negotiation with government, in Kiowa on federal level, the LMR was still a big priority, a big sustain, and all of these type of things, and caused a lot of problems. And due to the fact that I attended quite some, what we call conferences in the Caribbean, where they did not know anything about the LMR except the negotiation. So in the meeting of KOR, when it had this problem, I'm the one that proposed. I said, listen, in the Caribbean, no country don't have no LMR. Everybody negotiate. Why don't you start to negotiate with government? And they asked me what we're going to do with LMR. I said, LMR is not binding. Today, everything has changed because when folks go and look back and get into the knowledge, into the substance, they come to the conclusion that say, well, collective labor bargaining is far more substantial than the LMR. Because once you sign that contract, it's signed. But in the LMR, there was always room for the judge to say yes, but the government this and the government that. But when you sign a CLA is signed and binding. So WICSU took negotiation to the federal KOR, and today it is history. You know, this work of ours in the union field is extremely important, but at times every individual leader has to maintain what you call in English the qui-vive. Remain alert, because it's also a dog-eat-dog world. We stand together, we drink together, we hug together, but the least opportunity we get to grab one another, members, we do it. I can tell you. So, in Kiowa, here on St. Martin, and here is Ms. Westcott Williams, to attest to that. WICSU again brought up the situation of negotiating a CLA with government. after Mrs. Westcott Williams' conference with Plantain and with Huggins, she sent them to come negotiate with us to see how far we can reach. Which means to say, St. Martin government never refused to negotiate a CLA with the unions. If it did not materialize, it is not because of government, but it's because of the union themselves. The union themselves. I don't know if it was because the initiative came from greed that it had to be cut short. But there's Mrs. Westcott. She knows about it, and it was accepted. We started to negotiate, and then it died with natural death. So I would be very happy if we can start over again, trying to negotiate with government to get a collective labor agreement for civil servants and continue where we left off. It will be something extremely noble.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Stephanie Medina, and I play football with the Walichi Women's soccer team. I have represented St. Martin in many different games. For example, the Dutch Caribbean Women's Soccer Cup. I played against Bonaire, Aruba, and Curacao right here in this stadium. Sports matter to me because it makes me happy, it keeps me fit and healthy, and it is very fun. So I asked the business community to take on this challenge and help us rebuild our facilities. And I also asked the community to nominate the local businesses in your area and take on the challenge and step up for sport. Why? Because sports matter. Check out the Department of Sport Facebook page for more information. Hashtag sports matter, hashtag are you in?
1,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2,
3,
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
Similarly, a decision has been taken by the State Secretary to put the dispute regulation for Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin on hold. Were you notified prior to this decision, and what does that mean now for St. Martin going forward?
Thank you, Stephen, for that question. The dispute regulation was something that, an intense topic that was discussed, I believe, for the last couple of years, even when I was a member of Parliament. As Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin, we were adamant in ensuring that that entity was formed so that in cases that there was a dispute, that we had a entity to put that claim to or put the dispute to be discussed. Was I informed? Unofficially, yes, I was informed. I haven't received an official letters yet. Perhaps I know it's going to be sent, but nevertheless, I'm very much aware of it. What does it mean for St. Martin? Well, knowing the St. Martin and the rest of the former Antilles, we will consistently push our case. I don't think that they will give up on it. And if there is a dispute, we will continue talking about whatever that dispute is. It's always about negotiations and also being diplomatic on how you want to get what you need done and standing up for what you believe in as well. Whether it's placed on the side or not, I believe when there is a dispute, we will continue to discuss it, because you can't just put the problem aside. You must address it. So I'm sure that we will find some means to come up with some form of compromise, or perhaps reopening that specific topic. But again, it won't go unnoticed or dead. We will continue talking. And of course, disputes will always happen, no matter where you're at. So I'm very much confident that whether it is placed aside or not, that St. Martin, via the members of Parliament, that they will continue to discuss with Aruba and Curacao on the way forward.